The Labour Party is grappling with a fresh crisis sparked by Mrs. Oluchi Okpara, the national treasurer, who demanded accountability from Julius Abure, the national chairman, regarding the party's finances. The finances amount to over 3.5 billion naira derived from farm sales and other fundraising activities from the 2023 general elections. Okpara made these assertions during a news briefing in Abuja on Monday, February 12th. The treasurer contends that she is unable to fulfill her legally mandated duty of managing the party's finances due to the actions of the national chairman. She highlighted that since the conclusion of form sales before the 23 general elections, the chairman has avoided taking comprehensive steps to facilitate an audit of the party's financial records. Okpara said, "With great reluctance and deep concern, I am compelled to publicly address the media regarding the egregious financial mismanagement and corruption that have plagued our beloved party under the leadership of Mr. Julius Abure, the current national chairman. As national treasurer, I am constrained to come before you and the public today because the internal mechanisms of our party have failed woefully to bring Mr. Abure to account for his brazen abuse of office and misappropriation of party funds. His appetite for power has grown unchecked, and he has deliberately undermined my duties and authority as stipulated in the party's constitution," she said. Further allegations, she said, regarding the books of the Labour Party: "I don't receive alerts or emails on the party's account as the national treasurer. No thanks to the national chairman, Abure. I have called him out for embezzling party funds and I challenge him to refute these allegations. Abure runs the Labour Party like his private company, transferring party funds to family members and friends." Moreover, due to the financial scandal in the Labour Party, the National Working Committee of the Labour Party slammed a 6-month suspension on the embattled national treasurer, Mrs. Oluchi Okpara. The NWC of Labour Party made the announcement during a press conference at the party's secretariat on Wednesday in Abuja. Opera, however, told reporters that the NWC's actions was premeditated, especially that those who took the action knew she was not in Abuja to meet the 10 a.m. Wednesday deadline to appear before a panel. She had on Monday accused the Labour Party national chairman, Barrister Julius Abure, of mismanaging 3.5 billion naira raised from the sale of nomination forms and fundraising activities in the build-up of the 2023 general election. Also on Tuesday, while speaking to reporters, Opera claimed that Abure-led NWC is working hand in hand with the Edo state government, which is governed by the opposition People's Democratic Party. However, at the Wednesday media briefing, the National Publicity Secretary of Labour Party, Mr. Obiora Ifo, said Mrs. Okpara is a mole who was being used by dissidents to cause dissatisfaction in the party. He said that the party decided to sanction her because she failed to honor an invitation by the party's NWC to resolve the crisis. After the 2023 general election, Labour Party was marked for total annihilation by the system for daring to upstage the status quo of the political class. Little did we know that the fumigation was far from complete until late last year, when signs emanated that our national treasurer, Mrs. Oluchi Okpara, a key member of the executive, turned out to be a mole in the house and has continued networking with the expelled members of the party's leadership. Convinced that the treasurer is on a mission to stifle life out of our cherished party, an emergency National Working Committee was summoned on February 13th. Arising from the meeting, the NWC set up a disciplinary committee to try Okpara for bringing the party to disrepute. They said, "We see this as an affront to the party leadership and millions of our members who are watching how their party's image, which they have labored hard to build, is trolled by one Ingrid." The disciplinary committee has, however, recommended to the National Executive Council of the party through the NWC that Mrs. Oluchi Okpara be suspended from Labour Party for a minimum of 6 months. This suspension is with immediate effect, Ifo said. He also denied that the party raised 3.5 billion naira from sale of forms from the 2023 election. He said, "We wish that this was true, but the truth is that the party realized only 1.2 billion naira from just sale of forms, but also from other sources, including membership cards, donations, amongst others. The party, through the campaign bodies and support groups, realized another 800 million naira, a fund solely managed by the campaign organization, not the party. Speaking with reporters, Mrs. Okpara said she was surprised on why they were so much in a hurry to carry out their already predetermined actions. She said that since the allegations are there for them to clarify in a sane environment, the right thing for them to do would have been for them to dive and investigate this properly. There were allegations of forgery I mentioned on live television, and they were so quick to suspend me. They have done a very bad job. They are not supposed to do what they have done. Nigerians are watching. In a sane environment, the right thing for them to do would have been for them to thoroughly investigate to know if Julius Abure actually forged the signature of a dead man. Why were they so much in a hurry to carry out whatever it is they have just done? An NWC meeting that was held without me. They called that meeting yesterday, not even inviting me when I know I'm still part of the NWC. Moreover, the national chairman of the Labour Party, Julius Abure, on Thursday defended himself against a series of allegations of misappropriation of party funds raised by the embattled national treasurer of the party. Abure said it's not true that the party has collected over 3.5 billion naira as revenue into its account. The chairman spoke on Thursday while fielding questions on Arise TV's morning show concerning the ongoing crisis in the party. According to reports, the suspended party treasurer, Mrs. Oluchi, had accused Abure of denying her access to the party's financial records and bank accounts. Opera equally demanded that Abure should render account of party funds in excess of 3.5 billion naira, being proceeds of sale of forms and sundry fundraisers for the 23 general election. According to her, the chairman had so far rejected all entreaties to open Labour Party's books for scrutiny since the sale of expression of interest and nomination forms closed. As a response to the allegations, the National Working Committee of the Labour Party slammed a 6-month suspension on Opera. The National Publicity Secretary of Labour Party, Mr. Abure, made this known in a media briefing, saying that the suspended treasurer is a mole who is being used by dissidents to cause disaffection in the party. However, Abure has now challenged Opera to make available the record on how she arrived at a sum of 3.5 billion naira as money generated during the election. He said it is not true that she said that the party has collected over 3 billion naira. I want to make it abundantly clear we already have an audited report made by a certified auditor of the party. The party has an external auditor who has reviewed all the records, and we have all the audited statements of account of the party from 2022 to 2023. All these records are available. The audited statement of account, I have it here. The total money in summary that entered the party account between 2022 and now is 1.3 billion naira, nothing more, nothing less. We also got 700 million naira, which were the campaign funds that went straight to the party. We also got 700 million naira, which were the campaign funds that went straight to the campaign organization for the campaigns. I didn't know and I cannot reconcile where she got the 3.5 billion naira that she talked about. I want to challenge her that she should make the record available where she arrived at the sum of 3.5 billion naira as money generated during the election. However, reacting to the fraud allegations in the party, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, P2B, has launched a foreign independent auditor to audit campaign funds forensically. He made a report on live TV and gave account of how the monies were spent. Aisha Yesufu, another party chieftain who was asked to speak on the said allegations and the crisis rocking the Labour Party, said that Mr. P2B has given a public presentation of the campaign funds for the citizens that couldn't make demands on him but kept calling on me. It would have been unethical for me to give statement of account of a campaign fund that is not mine. So get it. So clearing this, foreign investigators, forensic auditors have been employed to look into the matter. The integrity and image of the Labour Party and P2B is at stake here if Abure is found guilty of the said fraud allegations. No matter what happens, even though Peter B might not be part of it or part of it, anyways, it would dent the image of the Labour Party. There were also allegations that dissidents were working as moles in the party to destabilize the party that has gained so much repute among Nigerian youths. They said the APC and other parties are finding moles in the party to work with so as to destroy the Labour Party. Looking at some reactions of Nigerians, Kudus Akambi, a lay of Lagos, says Nigerians demand accountability from P2B for the 3.5 billion naira Obi and Abure spent in the account of the Labour Party. A new Nigeria cannot happen under a party that is stealing and raping its members. P2B must account for this money. Nonso Okigwe says, although Abure came with evidences to show, I still don't know who to believe yet. But one thing is clear, which is that there is a plan to cause an internal crisis that will cripple the whole structure of the party. Jamilu Sufi says, in my opinion, the suspension of Oluchi Okpara, the national treasurer of the Labour Party, raises significant concerns about accountability and transparency within the party. Okpara's accusations of misappropriation of funds by Julius Abure, the national chairman, totaling 3.5 billion naira, underscore a troubling pattern of financial mismanagement that cannot be ignored. Nigerian citizen says, I'm inclined to believe Abure came with evidence, whereas Opera was just dishing out mere allegations with words. Dragging Peter Obi into it was also very suspicious. In the end, Opera brought the Labour Party into disrepute by going public. So far, what is your take on the fraud allegation saga, the allegations on the Labour Party chairman Abure? Do you think that some persons are trying to bring down the Labour Party, or it's just a kind of accountability that needs to be done when allegations like this are being made on individuals in the party? Well, independent investigators are into the matter. As the days go by, we will get to know the real truth behind all these allegations against the Labour Party chairman Julius Abure.